Hey everybody, this is Daryl, aka The D from the Simply Incredible podcast, and today I've got part one of my three-part 2020 hauls. Whether it be baseball cards, this one's gonna be baseball cards, um, a couple of statues, and an action figure. The next one's going to be my raw books that I picked up this year, and the other one is going to be my graded books that I picked up this year. To be honest with you, when I started thinking about doing this video, I thought it was going to be one video and it was going to be pretty short. And then I started going back and and looking at some of the stuff I got this year. I was like, I had a pretty good year, surprisingly good. Honestly, I think it's actually my best year. Uh, yeah, shockingly. But anyway, we're starting off with the baseball cards. And let's see. All of these I picked up at a local flea market, and they were all, I think, like 50 cents each. The guy clearly didn't know what was going on, and I was like, "You name the price. I'm not." And there you go. Start off with a 1976 Reggie Jackson. It is not in mint condition, but that's a pretty early Reggie card. Reginald Martinez Jackson. Let's go with an even earlier Reggie card. 1970. That is his second year card. And when I saw this, I was like, oh my goodness. This is huge. And then I noticed there's a crease that goes right across the middle. It's like, but for 50 cents, I couldn't pass it up. So I was like, I'll give you 50 cents for it. It's not one of those things you can do anything about, but it is what it is. So I'm still very, very happy to get a Reggie Jackson second year card for 50 cents, even though, like I say, that crease right across the middle. Because when I first looked at it, I was like, that's really good shape. It's slightly off center, but that should be a pretty good grade on that. And then I saw that crease. Oh, that's okay. Heck of a card. Next, think I picked up three of these. I think I have another one. It's the Vida Blue rookie card. Gene Tennis rookie card. Back in the day, along with Reggie, they really set up those A's championship teams from the 1970s. So there you go. Got two of those. So that's pretty awesome. Again, 50-cent bin. A couple of 1970 Carl Yastrzemskis. So that is pretty awesome. That is about what, his eighth card, something like that. I think 61 or 62 is his rookie year. So you're looking at eighth card, ninth card, something like that. But Hall of Famer, definite pickup. And 1976, Dave Winfield. That is his third card. Got that 1974 rookie, which I definitely want to add to the collection. Great baseball player. Again, this one is not in mint condition, but I thought for 50 cents, definitely worth the pickup. Definitely worth the pickup. One of my favorite pitchers of all time, Nolan Ryan, 1975. I wish it was a 1970, but he did not have a 1970. There we go. But again, for 50 cents, all day long. And again, that one's, I mean, with the color on this one, you can clearly see the dings on the corner. 50 cents. This one I picked up at a flea market, no, an antique mall. I thought it was a good price on it. It's a 1961 Bob Gibson. I mentioned Nolan has been one of the greatest of all time. Right up in that same conversation is Bob Gibson. Maybe the greatest single season of all time. I think he had like a 1.4 earned run average one year or something like that. Just ridiculous. Great pitcher on those Cardinals teams back in the 70s. So, yeah, 60s and 70s. There's one more card in here that I also picked up from that. But this one, this one was not part of those. It's a 1983, the 83-84, the great one, Wayne Gretzky. This is one I had to pick up. I do have some from the 1990s, but the 90s, everything was so mass produced. 83-84, definitely less printed on them. His rookie was the 79-80 Topps Oro Peachy. So I was like, you know what? I get this. I think I paid like $5 for it. I thought that was a very fair deal on 83-84 Topps. Yeah, I mean, most of his stuff you see really cheap that are, in my opinion, at most $2 from the 90s when he was with the Kings. But those earlier cards with the Oilers, definitely, for me, definitely worth some money. My local shop, I said my twice. My local shop had some cards from some rookies. And I was like, hey, man, do you have any from 83? Because I'm kind of starting to go back to my childhood, those guys that I loved watching back then. And he's like, well, let me see what I got. And he had some more, but these are the ones I just picked out. He also had like Mattingly. I think he had Clemens rookies, but I was never big on Clemens. Not because of the steroid stuff. He just rubbed me the wrong way when he was younger. That 85 Fleer in particular drives me completely insane. But anyway, enough about that. I did pick up the 83 Topps Ryne Sandberg rookie. He had a Fleer and a Donruss, but those were not in very good shape, so I passed on those. I think my favorite rookie of his is the Fleer. I just like the way the color works, and he's got that blue jersey instead of the white with the stripes on it. And I thought that was a great looking jersey. So I definitely do want to get the Fleer and the Donruss rookies. Next, wasn't a huge fan of Wade Boggs growing up, but watching him hit, I mean, it just looked like he was just magical with the bat. Like he could just, if he wanted to just drop the ball over the left fielder's head, he could do it. Or like the second baseman, shortstop, just drop it over their head if he wanted to. If he needed to advance a guy from first to second, he could hit it through the hole on the right side. It's just, he was so good with the bat. I had to pick that up. That was his Fleer rookie, and that is his Topps rookie. I think my guy also had a Donruss one, but the condition just wasn't there for me. Next, I picked this one up at a show. It's just a tad bit off center, but very, very sharp. Hall of Fame relief pitcher, Bruce Sutter, 1977 Topps rookie card. I saw this, I think it was like $3, I think it was, something like that. And I was like, a 1975 or 1977, excuse me, rookie card. And in particular, what I like about this card, this was the year my brother really first started getting into collecting. It was 1977. I really remember start my collecting a little bit later than that. He's a little bit older than me, but when I really remembered it, I was in my early teens. In the mid 80s is when I really remember getting into the hobby. I mentioned I had one more from that 50 cent bins. It is this bad boy, and it is sharp. The Thurman Munson rookie card. I could not believe when I saw this in the 50 cent bin. He was an all-star, and unfortunately he died in 1978, I believe. It was either 77 or 78 in a plane wreck. This is before I had a disdain for the Yankees. And as a kid, I remember them doing a little memorial, like a moment of silence before one of the games. And everybody was crying, and it made me sad. And I always just, another thing, if you get the later cards of Thurman, you go back and look some pictures, you notice he had that big, thick mustache. And this was pre-mustache. So I thought that was pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome. All right, now these cards also from the LCS. When I decided to get back into collecting baseball cards was late 2019. And one of the cards in particular I definitely wanted was some Tony Gwynn rookies because he was such a class guy. And what I said about Wade Boggs, the way he could just drop the ball wherever it seemed like he wanted to, goes doubly for Tony Gwynn. Here's his Fleer rookie. I mean, watching him when I was younger, it was just a thing of beauty. He always had a big smile on his face, and it's one of the things I noticed about his cards. No big smile on his face. There's that Donruss rookie. Loved watching him play. It's funny. I've been to San Diego Comic Con 4 times, and it's right across the street from Petco Park, where the Padres now play. And I did not realize this because I knew they had a statue of Tony there somewhere, but I thought it was further away. I didn't realize they actually had another one at the ballpark. So I had actually planned on going to San Diego again this year and going by. It's on the back side of the park. There's a statue, and I want to get a picture with that statue because of how much I loved watching Tony play. And that Topps rookie card. Unfortunately, he got cancer. It's almost guaranteed that it was from all of the years of chewing tobacco in his lip and everything. And it's just so sad. Just so sad. Such a class act, passing away way too early. Way too early. But the last card I picked up, got this really early in the year. I was also looking for the Topps traded. It is the 1982 Topps Cal Ripken Jr. rookie card. That's a PSA 9. At the same time I picked this up, I was also looking for the Topps traded rookie card. And when I was looking at it, it was going for between 150 and 200, generally around that 175 to 200 range at the time. And I was like, I'm gonna wait it out, and it's gonna start creeping back down. And I was thinking I could probably pick one up between 150 and 160. That I'm looking for PSA 9 on that one. And I'm just like, I'm just gonna hold off, gonna wait it out. And around end of March, early April, instead of creeping down, it was creeping up, slowly going up and up and up. By summer, it was around 300 for a PSA 9, Topps traded Cal Ripken Jr. card. And I was like, gosh. And as the summer went on, I think it got to around 400 for a PSA 9. It's like, you've got to be kidding me. And I think last time I looked was probably in August, and it was right around that 375 to 400, sometimes around 450. And I was like, how did that thing go up $250 in the last 4 months? It's like, it blew my mind. Blew my mind. I was heartbroken because I was so excited for getting that card. And unfortunately, that's now out of my price range. It is what it is. Okay, that's the baseball cards. Now, with a couple of statues, 3 statues, 1 action figure. Starting off, since I got baseball going on, we'll start off with this. A Topps, not Topps, it's not a baseball card. Dwight Gooden statue. For you guys that know, I'm a huge Mets fan. Loved Dwight Gooden back in the day. Darryl Strawberry, 2 of my absolute favorites. Just so much pleasure watching them, and sadly, so much disappointment in what happened to them as their careers went on. But I remember seeing him in Lynchburg, Virginia, pitching for the Lynchburg Mets. And I saw the statue, and if you see on there, got that L for the Lynchburg Mets. He had a huge season down here in 1983. I think he pitched something like 180 innings and had exactly 300 strikeouts. Insane numbers. Just insane. And I was like, this guy's great. And there you go. And Darryl Strawberry had already come through Lynchburg a few years earlier. And that's actually the first guy I really remember being a Met, because I'd watched all the Cubs games and I was kind of a Cubs fan. But 84 and 85 is when I got to go to so many Lynchburg Mets games, and I became a huge Mets fan. Been a Mets fan ever since. Seeing Darryl Strawberry in the major leagues, winning the 1983 Rookie of the Year, Dwight Gooden winning the 1984 Rookie of the Year, Gooden winning the 85 Cy Young Award, Mets winning the 86 World Championship. I was just like, this team is just going to go on for years and years. Fortunately, drugs got them, and that just destroyed them, and it hurt. It hurt me being a huge Mets fan. Now the action figure is this bad boy right here, the Bane from Arkham Asylum. This figure I've been looking for a long time. I remember I used to play this game, and I didn't even realize there were figures out. And one of my friends, he had some, and he was like, dude, you gotta check these out. And I was like, oh my goodness, they're great. See some of the figures right there on the back. And this thing, it weighs so much. I don't even think I can put it on the wall with the rest of the figures. But I had to have it. I had all the other figures in all the other runs. See, Arkham Asylum, Arkham Origin, Arkham City, Arkham Knight. I feel like there's one more. I feel like there's one more Arkham game, but I know there's at least 4. And I was just like, gosh, I've got to get that. And I've got all the figures in all of the series. And I believe, to be honest, I can't remember which I got first. There were 2 figures I needed out of the Arkham Knight series, and I needed this one. I believe I got the 2 in the Arkham Knight series just before I picked this one up. And I finally got it for what I thought was a fair price. There for a while, this thing got up to being over $400. And I was just like, there's no way I'm paying that much for it. And remember one of my friends had one. I was like, dude, you should sell that and get it back in a few years for like $100 or something. And he was like, no, I'm keeping it. I was like, it is what it is. But so happy to have that figure to complete my Arkham figures. I do need some of the deluxe sized ones, but I'm not going to go back and get those. I do have the Titan Joker, and I think that's the one I really wanted. The rest of them, like Solomon Grundy and a few others, I'm just like, I don't really need those. But I do have that Titan Joker, so that's pretty cool. Next, we'll go with my first Kickstarter that I ever purchased anything from. I'm a huge fan of Zenescope, in particular Robin Hood. I think they do a great job with the Grimm fairy tales that they do. I really like the twist on them. The 2 in particular is Robin Hood and Cinderella Serial Killer Princess. It's so hard for me to say, but I picked this up in one of their Kickstarters. I was like, oh, that is awesome. I know it's kind of tough to see in the light. I don't have great light in here where I do these. There you go. Awesome. It also comes with a comic book that looks just like that. There was another one that was, I think it's just like a grayscale. There you go. Awesome, awesome figure. I was so happy to get this. They were behind, and they got behind, and they got behind. They were talking about where they had manufacturer errors with the figures, and the quality just wasn't good enough. So they're like, we got to send them back, and then we'll get them done. We promise they're coming out beginning of the year. They were actually supposed to come out back in September or October in 2019. They finally came out in around February or March, I think, in 2020. So very happy to have this. They also have a Belle figure that I thought about getting. I was like, I like Robin Hood Belle, great character and all, but that's, don't need that one. If they had a Cinderella serial killer princess, it's hard to say, I would definitely probably get that one as well. And the last one, I guess you probably knew, a Harley Quinn had to come in. And there it is. This Harley Quinn statue, one of the DC comic statues. The statue is actually in a case over there, but I've been going through my books and I have a whole bunch of boxes in front of the case right now. So I can't quite get to it. So I was like, well, I got the box right here. I can do that. And to be honest, I don't even know if there was a number of these made because it's not on the box, and I don't remember if it was one in the box or not. A COA, I don't remember. But I remember this is one I definitely won. I thought it was a great looking statue. You can see on the box. It's better if I had the statue sitting over here with me. But there you go. And also, what's it called? The Mistress of Mayhem? Yeah, the Mistress of Mayhem. You can kind of check that out right there. You can pause it for a second. There you go. The Mistress of Mayhem, Harley Quinn. So that is my 2020 baseball cards, some statues, a couple action figures. But after that, next video is probably going to be my raw books. Some of these will eventually get graded. And then my third video will be my graded books. Again, I thought it was going to be one video, but so much stuff. So much more stuff than I anticipated. But that's all I got. And you guys have an incredible new year.